Hey, it's Joseph here. We are looking at inside of this box here today. It is a microphone from Movo and it is called VXR10-Pro. It is a Supercardioid condenser shotgun microphone, which is kind of like the shotgun microphone that I have been using. It actually has a shock mount that is made by Rycote or Rycote, and it is compact and powerful, max noise reduction, universal compatibility, Rycote Lyre. I really can't say these words, but it is a shock mount that is proven to work quite well. So that is pretty much all it says on the tin or the box, and it does say that you have 2-year warranty on it from the manufacturer, so that is good. Let's go ahead and open this up. And inside the box, immediately it is a carrying case. I'm not sure about having a carrying case because this type of microphone, you're not really meant to carry it in a carrying case, but I suppose it's a nice place to keep all of your accessories and such. And it is empty because I have actually opened this up and tested a few things with it before. Obviously, you would actually see this mount here. So this is a Rycote or Rycote mount, shock mount. One of the things that I have to note is the fact that this is red, so it is going to catch your eye if you were to mount it on top of the camera. And I kind of prefer it to be black because I don't want to carry around a camera that is sort of an attention seeker. And the mount itself, it is either you do it on a cold shoe mount, or it does have 1/4 thread for you to mount any of your tripod. So for example, I can take this tripod and then thread that in there. It sort of becomes my microphone stick if I were to, as well as just having it on a stand. I can use this microphone and mount it on there. Simple stuff, very obvious. And the microphone itself looks like this, and there's a little slot for you to snap this on. The microphone itself is quite big. I brought my ruler over here for me to check and show it to you. 3/7/8 of an inch, so almost 4 inches long, and the diameter is about an inch. So it is definitely not one of those smallest sort of shotgun microphone, but it is all metal built and there's a good amount of weight to it. And on the front there's a grill for it, and all of those sound gets observed on the top here. And it is a Supercardioid microphone, meaning that it is going to isolate some sound, especially ones that are coming from the back, I believe. And here on the back there is a line out and a headphone jack port here. I'll get back into this one bit because this is a kind of confusing one. That's basically where you would connect either your camera or voice recording, recorder, computer, that sort of thing. So that is sort of the external bit, and then you would put a windscreen like this or a dead cat that is included here. I kind of prefer this sort of design than dead cat because when you carry around dead cat, it actually leaves fur everywhere, just like a actual cat. So yeah, this is what I prefer, unless you're doing a shoot out on a really windy area. On a studio setup like this, I think this will suffice. In most of the case scenario, I'm not really recording outside with a horrible wind, so I prefer the aesthetics of this more so than functionality of the dead cat. And you can also mount this on the mount here. It is quite tight, so you do have to force it. Make sure your fingers don't get stuck or apply too much of a force that it snaps the mount. But yeah, this way it is going to isolate any of the handling noise if you were to mount it on top of your camera. So let's get to the rest of the content in the box. First of all, there are some paperwork, including Movo sticker, something that you shouldn't eat. Nothing in here under the zipper, and there are 2 additional cables that are included. So this specific one is 4-pole to 4-pole, meaning that it connects with your microphone and then a smartphone. It does say smartphone connection. And then this one is 4-pole to 3-pole, meaning it is going from microphone to the camera. So normally your camera will accept this. So I'm gonna sort of test out both of the connection, but it is quite apparent that this one is meant to connect to 4-pole natively and then connect to whichever device that you choose to do so. Okay, so I have lowered my microphone here just so that you guys could see where I'm capturing my voice from. This is actually Rode Video Micro that I always use for my studio shots. It does have a very similar shock mount, and it is basically connected to my monitor arm that is attached to my desk. So this is how I usually set up my scene. It's just that I push this up so that you guys don't see my microphone, but you would hear the sound from this microphone. So this is a sound from Rode Video Micro microphone testing. 1 2 3 1 2 3. And then in order for me to actually test this sound, I'm gonna have to connect via one of these cables, and this one is 4-pole to 3-pole. So let me actually replace this microphone. So now I have taken this microphone out, and you are hearing the sound from Movo VXR10-Pro. This is a microphone testing. 1 2 3 1 2 3, and this is what it sounds like. Let's do some sound isolation tests. So it is going to be in front of it, and then the side, also the side, and directly behind it. What do you hear? Is it going to be isolated? I don't know, but if I do the talking from the side, then you would probably hear sort of the proximity effect. Microphone testing. 1 2 3 1 2 3, and as I get up close, microphone testing. 1 2 3, and then back out to my sort of little bit closer than the normal distance, microphone testing, and perhaps I can go behind it. Microphone testing. 1 2 3. You would probably hearing much less than my normal voice as I go behind it. So that is sort of the functionality of the Supercardioid function of this microphone, and I hope that is clear in terms of sound comparison and also what the quality of the sound you can expect. And upon my testing, I found the sound coming from this microphone to be a bit more detailed than this specific microphone, Rode Video Micro, and I think it is due to the size of it. It actually is bigger than this microphone. Maybe if I were to take out the wind muff. Excuse my handling noise, and you're probably hearing my voice from the side, but this is sort of the size difference. So you've got about an extra inch. So you've got actually about an extra inch, and the diameter of the microphone is actually thicker on this one. So I would expect it to sort of pick up more sound and perhaps more detail of the sound. I do like the fact that this microphone's mount, the bottom of it is a lot smaller, so actually it doesn't interfere with other things that are mounted on the cold shoe and adjacent to. However, I kind of prefer the black color, so maybe if I want to take that out somewhere and walking around with my camera, I may have to paint it black so that it is not such an eye-catching thing, because if it's red, it is really shown. This specific mount only allows the cold shoe, and then I believe this is a 3/8 inch of the thread, whereas the other one actually had a 1/4 thread, so it is more commonly available for the setup. So I kind of prefer that mount to be used in a studio setup, and I will probably leave it like this. But there are a couple more testings that we have to do, so let me get this down and then put this microphone back up whilst I show you a couple of different things. So the sound quality, check, and I do like the mount except the color, so check. And also the cables that are included are for both smartphones and regular camera, so that's good. And currently I'm using the one for camera, which you just heard sound through, but I'm gonna swap that out with the smartphone version so we can actually test out the smartphone quality as well. And I suppose that is what it is meant to do for those of you who does vlog off of your smartphone and then connect this cable. Actually, you can connect to your laptops. A lot of laptops accept the 4-pole connection where the headphone and the microphone is combined. So you can connect to your laptop if you were to connect to it. However, I think the whole thing is meant to be kind of compact and easily portable kind of setup. So I think I'll test with my smartphone. So I just have to connect to my phone and then run an app. And I am just going to run a voice recorder. So this is microphone testing, 1 2 3 1 2 3. Microphone testing, 1 2 3 1 2 3. This is quite close and I do see it sort of clipping. So microphone testing, sort of the snap test from the side and from the back. It probably is isolated more so. So microphone testing, 1 2 3. I am going closer. Microphone testing, 1 2 3. And for vlog type of stuff, you will probably do it from the arm's length, and this is what you can expect to hear from that amount of distance. Microphone testing, 1 2 3. 1 2 3. But another thing that I wanted to demonstrate is the fact that it actually has another hole on its back. So that one actually is meant for headphone monitoring. So I'm just connecting my headphone, and then I'm gonna connect my regular sort of set of headphone in the back of it. And once I do that, I should be able to kind of monitor this microphone. Actually, that isn't true, and that's one of the things that I did want to mention. I was actually mistaken about this. It actually shows a headphone picture in the back of the microphone, and that's what it usually means when you have a headphone. You can monitor the sound, because this microphone does not have any power. It is not able to push anything to the headset, and you can't really hear anything unless your device is pushing power, and this does not support that sort of system. So it is easily mistaken, and what it actually is sort of the bypass for the sound. So basically, even though this phone is not connected to my headphone, I can actually play a music and basically hear it through this headphones. So here is my video that is playing, and I can actually hear the sound here. 5.5-inch touchscreen on-camera monitor. So basically, my phone is playing the sound. It goes through the microphone, past the bypass, and then going to my headset. I am not able to say anything and actively monitor the sound because there's no sound that is traveling from the microphone through the headset. I wanted you to understand that concept. It is not for monitoring the sound. It is more a sort of a bypass for the sound. So the way that I think they have intended for the usage of this is the fact that I go to the voice recording app. So here I go and then hit record. So microphone testing, 1 2 3 1 2 3. This is Movo VXR10-Pro, and we are testing the microphone quality. And once I actually finish that recording, and then I can just go ahead and play that recording. VXR10-Pro, and we are testing the microphone quality. So basically, then I can test out and hear the sound. So on the normal usage, because the microphone is connected to your phone, and once you want to play back, because the headphone jack is connected from phone's point of view, that it is just going to play the sound through this jack and there's nothing to play it. However, because of this bypass lane that this microphone's got, now it can actually play to the headset so you can monitor the sound. So it is not a real-time monitoring, but I suppose you can kind of monitor after the recording. And there are some devices that are available, such as an app inside of your phone that allows you to actively monitor the sound during the record, but there's a slight delay. I would say about 0.1 second of a delay, but that actually is highly distracting. I cannot speak through that. I don't know if some can. That's why a lot of microphones have a active real-time monitoring port that completely bypasses any of the device that it is connected to. So rather than going from the source to the machine, such as your computer, and coming back out, in this case, this would be if you were to use an app on your phone versus sound being recorded and directly out to the headset. So for example, this Samsung microphone that I have featured on my channel, and also that I use on regular streaming purposes. And this microphone is Samson Q9U, and this specific one actually has a monitoring jack on the back. So it does have a microphone input, and it is powered by USB-C. So it does input into the computer via USB-C, but at the same time it is powering on, therefore I can actively monitor the sound real time. And it does have a headphone jack which I connect to, therefore I can monitor the sound, and you'll see that on my regular streams. I have Canon M50 and Canon M6 Mark II that doesn't offer active real-time audio monitoring. I was hoping that this microphone would solve that problem so that I can kind of gauge my sound when I'm doing these sort of records, but unfortunately this microphone doesn't solve that problem. Nonetheless, it's fine because I still like the sound out of this, and it is completely fine for the sound record purposes. Therefore, I'm going to replace the microphone that I use for regular recordings to this microphone. And I also wanted to disclose the fact that Movo has sent me this device for me to test out and showcase to you. So here I am testing and showcasing to you and being honest about what I thought and what I'm going to use this device for. So hopefully this content was useful for you. If it was, please like and subscribe to my channel to continue watching these type of videos. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll see you next time. Bye. Microphone testing, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. How does this sound?